remember I did see that clip. I think it surfaced Reddit briefly where it was a Lycan and Elder Titan, and the Elder Titan had so much damage and then got bit by the wolf. And it was just actually ridiculous at that point. He started critting with all the bonus damage from the spirit. And as you can imagine, just gobbled up the whole team.
As long as we don't give misery, well, because he's no fun. He's all about that throne, all about winning games.
Right.
He didn't bite anyone that last game. Why even give him Diagonus?
That's
I'm
right. I
pissed,
don't
man.
even think he bit anybody. Like, come on,
God
man.
damn it, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm very curious to see what Ricky with the wolf form. Could the wolf form Ricky still blink strike? I mean, if you can't blink strike anymore, I guess that would be a deterrent. But yeah, I don't know.
Why?
It's
Why?
hard to say.
He can. Why wouldn't he
Yeah,
be able to?
I guess I don't know. I just it puzzles my mind. They didn't even try to go for it. And okay,
Wow.
well, that's a pretty
Whoa.
cloud. That's more in the line of a Cloud9 kind of a pick right there. The anti mage pickup here. Something that they want
I
to lay
mean,
their head low and fight, but into this lineup, a fight-heavy lineup. What do you think?
they don't have a lot of catch on Quincy Crew. They don't truly have any catch at all.
True.
Perhaps when Tusk gets a blink or something like that, there's that. But until then, it looks like a pretty free anti-mage game. As long as they can stall long enough for him to come online, it can work out. Now Quincy Crew, they really have to respond to this anti-mage with their last pick somehow. Their mid laner has to be something that can catch that AM, or some cheese, but something that can catch that AM and deal with him would
Do
be
you think
good.
a DK would qualify as something that's a little bit of cheese and a little bit of catch, or is there
It's
some?
all right. It's all right. It could be all right. You could also go all in into push again, but
True.
something like a dead prophet is banned out by them, so they can't go for that. Um,
Yeah, I'm rattling my brain for Quinn's hero palette and what would suit the needs of this particular game. And they ban out the Ursa. It wasn't crazy to call out the Ursa. A little respect there from Quincy's side, as it could have been something to really give the Timber a hard time.
yeah, but if you consider that Timber is going to be on the off lane
Would
and
it be?
Anti-Mage is
That's
already
true.
picked up,
Huh.
you're banning out Ursa because you're thinking what? Envy will take Anti-Mage and go mid?
Wait,
I
yeah, you're
mean,
right. Wait, what? Is that? Wait. Yeah, you're right.
it's possible, but yeah.
I
Interesting.
guess
Maybe we are not seeing some. Maybe
that's
they'll
true.
adjust their lanes a little bit. Maybe it's going to be Quinn playing the Timber mid. It's possible. But they ban out the TA.
Hmm.
Cloud9 definitely thinks it's something. The last pick of Quincy Crew is going to be for Quinn,
What could they
and
be?
I think so too. Yeah.
All right, what could Cloud9 be considering here? Because with Quincy Crew's Ursa ban, they're wagering that it may be a different type of mid laner here. But TA ban makes me think, like, I thought it was going to be more teamfight or something like a Puck, let's say. But I don't know if they want to put everything on the AM. Queen of Pain. Okay. Okay.
No,
Envy
a
Queen of
puck
Pain.
for Quinn, perhaps gives you some catch, gives you a good lane versus Queen of Pain, gives you a decent leash for anti-mage, but
Is
does it make your
Lena bad? I keep calling the Lena because I know that's something that Quinn did play recently
no,
pretty well.
definitely it's his hero can be all right versus Quap. You can lane that. It's not bad at all.
Hmm.
Um, the moment she goes in to use Shadow Strike on you, you just LSA and hit her back, and it's a skill-based matchup. But for Quinn, Lena could be all right too.
Unless Quincy pick out something that shuts down Queen of Pain, and then all bets are off. We could see Cloud9 just start to, okay, Misery, you're on 4 position, Queen of Pain. Who wants to take Elder off lane? Here we go.
Oh, Kunkka.
Ah, yes, of course, the Kunkka. Don't get to see a lot of Kunkka in America. Gotta admit, at least from what I've seen personally. Definitely is
Well,
in the
that's interesting
rotation
because
elsewhere, but here I don't feel like I see it as much.
yeah, here it's been very like popular. It's picked all the time. Yeah, but they do get that X marks the spot. They get a hero that helps them out in the mid game when it
Yeah.
comes to utility, right? That boat is really good.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a decent Kunkka game.
That seems like a great
Um,
Kunkka game. You got the splash to wipe out any pressure push coming in from Nature's Prophet. As you mentioned, the X mark the spot to hold in place anyone from the Queen of Pain or to the Anti-Mage. And obviously the boat. If team fight comes in the form of Elder Titan and Lion Burst, the boat will help potentially bail out a core. It could be in the thick of it. And now looking over some of the assignments here, I'm seeing Snake King on the Lion. So this either means this is an offlane Lion, or Cloud9 really did swap roles up, and they're going to have Misery play the offlane role and have Snake King play more of this 4 position. And Cloud9 are just kind of trying out some new things and moving their players around a bit.
Yeah, I think definitely it's going to be Misery playing position 3 here again.
That definitely seems more likely, just based on picks, for sure. And Snake King did a great job on the Pugna. He had uh, clutch saves, good decreps, and was never like an easy pick-off target.
Yeah, and Misery did really well on that Lycan as well in the laning stage.
Oh yeah,
He has a record top of, it was like what, 30 denies in that first game. I don't think he's getting nearly as many in this
yeah.
game, but
Misery's been in the game Dota, for forever it seems, and has played every imaginable position in the game like that you can think of. I imagine he has way more flexibility than most pro players as far as what positions he can, work in. And Snake King, I'd have to look back for him personally to see how many times he's played something besides the off lane, but as far as I can remember, it's mostly been off lane from Snake King. I could be wrong on that, but
even here, if he's playing the Lion, is he going to truly be the position 4, or is he actually a...
a
It's
5?
also the
He's
question.
got the
Yeah.
headdress. So,
I mean, it doesn't really matter what
yeah.
player
Well,
we start.
Pylai die with the boots on Elder
Yeah,
Titan.
looks more like a 4, right? When you
Yeah.
have boost. Yeah. We'll see, because yeah, on Elder Titan you truly want some items, but if you're a Lion, you also want Blink or Aetherlance or whatever. Mm.
Oh, I like Quinn. He's making sure the mini map is totally blocked in case they're using this pause to scout anything out. Got to hide that information. Very secretive over here.
Yeah.
Whatever. We do have the last game here today, folks, but we'll be back at it tomorrow with 2 more best of 3s. lizZard will be back by my side once again, and it looks like we will be in store for Cloud9 again, as they will take on Business Associates in the first best of 3, and Quincy Crew versus Furia in the second best of 3. That's exciting. So you'll get to see some Furia action on a little South American side. The Dota's been really, really good.
Mm-hmm. I watched Furia actually. I was on their first minor that they qualified for. They definitely did show a lot of promise.
All
Gonna be
right.
a hype game tomorrow.
So Quinn to the mid. He'll be taking on Envy. Uh, Probably feels comfortable about that Kunkka matchup. Ace to the top lane on his anti-mage will be accompanied by Snake King's Lion, I presume. Biver already committing a deep ward on his Tusk. That's a very scary lane they have. The Tusk and the Iwar Gyrocopter has some really good kill potential. I would be, a little fearful for Snake King, and he might be having to ditch out some clutch stuns to either bail out his AM at a moment's notice, or to even get himself out of a sticky pickle, if you will.
Yeah,
And
SVG most likely will join them as well, more earlier than not. Uh, he just needs to help Timbersaw a little bit, perhaps. Help MSS reach that level 3.
mm-hmm.
After that level 3 is reached, he'll go top. Also, they try to dodge, C9, they try to dodge these lanes so that they're not playing against Timbersaw, but they failed. Maybe Misery will run top now. Yeah, he's doing that. They're switching again. AM going bottom, and Prophet going top.
Oh my goodness, this lane switching reminds me. I don't know if you saw the match earlier today. What was it? NIP and I can't remember now who they were playing. Liquid. It was Liquid NIP, and my God, they were doing so many lane rotations. They desperately did not want to face off against their counterparts at the point they had to just settle on a dual mid lane. Quite ridiculous. I mean, it just goes to show like the potency and
I
how important it is for these lanes in these
I
teams.
love it. As a position 4 or sometimes 5 player, I love it because I I pretty much reap the benefits, right? I just chill in that lane and whoever comes, okay. By the time you're running, I'll be farming.
Ooh, look at this. Early move from Pylai to join the top lane, Cloud9, and do a full aggro setup. They try to make an approach onto UR, but he pops the flak and fends them off. They'll certainly need the assistance of SVG from this bottom lane. Once he's able to leave MSS on his own, he will try to push Ace back himself. But no, they'll rotate. It looks like Snake King down here. So AM will have the assistance of Snake King. But I imagine,
That's
like you were saying
interesting.
before, SVG will eventually bail out once MSS feels pretty good.
Well, now he can perhaps stay here because he can pressure anti-mage a bit more, which is still pretty good for them. But if they need help on top, SVG can leave from pretty much level 3 on MSS.
No, you're right. The more important thing is keeping this AM in check. Twilight dive very low already in this top lane. Has to be careful. I really feel like he could be under a lot of pressure. This Tusk could do a lot of damage. I mean, it's good for Pi. He's got a lot of armor already, but yeah, I don't know. An Elder Titan support, don't see it too often. And already,
He might
yeah,
die
he's
here.
dead. He's dead. Don't even need to use tag team.
That's such a good kill to get on Tusk early on. It's one of those heroes that really benefits from early items. And when you get first blood, even this Midlane can help you out so much, because right now he has Orb of Venom, Styx, and you can't fight him any longer.
Pump faking SVG, trying to get that stroke catch onto Ace and maybe get the creep. And we'll push him back a bit. I want to touch base on mid lane here. How's the Quinn Envy matchup going? Looks like Envy at 10 CS to Quinn's 11. This is looking pretty neck and neck for now. I imagine it changes a bit once levels start coming together here.
Yeah, when Quinn gets 2 bracers, pretty much, he's going to deal way too much damage, and Envy will be forced to buy a bit more regen. So,
Queue up the bottle. Envy will have to use that salve now and step off a bit. But as you can see already, Quinn inching ahead in the level game now, pushing past level 4. He's getting the better end of the XP trade, that's for sure. But it's Misery, another game where he is accumulating quite a bit of CS here. Now 16-9 on this Nature's Prophet. They are muscling down Yawar. Well, Nature's Prophet has a pretty nice matchup against the Gyro, obviously having all these trees to help mitigate that crazy rocket barrage damage.
the only question is, does SVG want to remain here on the bottom lane and help out Timbersaw a little bit, or leave top and help them kill? Because Beaver on top lane...
Oh, yeah, he's the one eating pressure here. I was just saying I was fearful for Pi, but okay, nice. Shard, block out. Keeps him alive, but Pi was able to kind of dish out the damage. I don't know if he quickly gathered up some damage from the side camps, but that was a lot of pressure onto the Biver Tusk. And like you were saying, it might warrant a rotation over from SVG if they want to try to keep this Nature's Prophet in check.
Yeah, because right now he's not really helping bottom, right? He's not even there any longer. So if he goes top, they can pressure down the Elder Titan and Nature's Prophet super easily. And even if Lion TP's top, I still think they have the better try lane. So, yeah, he TP's top. This is a really good thing to do, I think.
I wasn't sure if he was going to try to make something happen in that mid lane, but well, they spotted Pi. Pi suiciding?
Yep. Looks that way, at least. Or not, waiting for couriers, perhaps, and the bounty runes.
Oh, Ace got MSS's courier, it looks like, in that bottom lane. No, he's going to wait for the bounty. Long wait for the bounty.
Beaver is on to him, though. He sees him.
Pretty low on life. All right. Takes the bounty regardless. SVG will grab the other one. And Cloud9 will take... as long as they get the other one, it'll be 2-2 on the bounties.
Lion rotating mid now, Snaking going for that Quinn kill. He doesn't have 6 yet.
But they have that ward. They're going to see Snake.
They have some really good wards, both of these teams.
They're going to see Snake. I don't know if they're paying attention, though. Quinn has to step back the other direction, but he wants to commit in with the Torrent. The stun will only land onto Biver, and Biver hits the tag team, muscles in, and Envy narrowly blinks out.
I was clicking on Biver and waiting to see what he's gonna skill, and he went for 2 levels in tag team instead of one in 1-1-1, right? And
Yeah.
this is usually how you do it. But he was saving a point, and in this situation, if he skills Snowball, they kill the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, if it
Tag team
was
is definitely better.
yeah, if it was one of the typical laning phases for Tusk where he's able to kind of dish out many tag teams and muscle down those tanky offlaners, it would be more justifiable. But you're right, the flexibility of having the snowball early in this game could help you catch out some of these more elusive heroes and make the difference between that early gank or not.
It's just the fact that he actually was saving the skill point. He wasn't using it before. Top lane, he's rotating in, but Misery knows it. They also have a really good ward here. Radiant has a really good ward on mid, and Dire has it right here. So the rotations from Radiant supports are always well scouted.
Obviously, they value the life of this gyrocopter and do not want him to get caught too off guard from any approach of the Cloud9 side here. But you could say the same for, I guess, potentially MSS on the bottom or not. I'm curious to see if Misery is going to want to try to teleport around. As bottom lane, there goes Snake King. At the same moment, Quinn able to get the kill onto Envy in that mid lane. All right. That was the first boat.
The first boat, and also a first snowball from Tusk.
Do they want to chase for this? Oh. If Tusk was a little closer, they could maybe shard block him in, but enough distance is going to be created. Biver now has that 1 point in Snowball. Oh, they spotted him. They go in. He didn't give him the Ink Swell yet. SVG puts it on himself, and yeah, that's more than enough to get the finish. Envy, though, rotates over. He's got a level 6, and he's got eyes on SVG. SVG goes for the immediate TP. Oh, my God, actually. Almost died. That mighty hit of the ultimate.
Maybe if he used the Scream of Pain there on Queen of Pain.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't fault him. The TP looked like it was about to go off, but I didn't even expect that ult to come through. But if he happened to do a casual Scream, it could have been the difference maker.
He was just trying to be too efficient, right? You don't want to waste mana.
Yeah.
And I can respect that.
Here we go. Oh, not enough damage to finish off Quinn there for Envy. But with Pi and the help from Snake King, it looks like they could get a move on to Biver. Biver able to snowball to the nearby neutral camp. Now Quinn has a new boat, commits it in. They are going to get the finish onto Biver, but what will be the response? Can they get Envy down? He's silenced up. He runs away. He's got the salve, but SVG chases on, hits him with the little ghoul. Oh, misses the stroke. Can't get the finish yet. Envy able to blink and make it away. Snake King will pay the price. MSS also gets a takedown onto Pi. It's absolute chaos in the mid lane with everybody rotating in action. But
yeah, that was pretty good by Envy there to manage to escape and live, but he has to be careful here. Yeah, he's fine.
Nice little deny.
Also, Kunkka died. Yeah, he mentioned it before. He was able to get away, but because of that move onto Queen of Pain, Finalizing catches him off and kills him.
SVG trying to go for the outpost. Misery, oh, the ult, it's coming. Snowball save.
And still hits it. You know, like,
ain't that how it is?
That ulti is just so strong.
It is.
After the recent buffs, yeah, it's pretty good.
And they do get their outpost back before that 10-minute mark to ensure that they'll have at least a little bit of that XP boost. But Chaos still have the aggro lane set up top. Well, as I say that, they rotate SVG back through to this mid lane. How about we go scope out how MSS has been doing? He did have that recent rotation to the mid lane. He loses his courier for the second time this game, though, to Ace. That pesky anti-mage. Obviously, MSS not happy about that.
Ace pretty much is in that position in which he has to go from behind and just creep skip, but it's a good rotation by Quinn. Luckily for anti-mage, there is this ward on the cliffs.
Oh, Yawar's been spotted. Envy and Pi hunting through the trees, but he quickly TP's out.
Bottom lane, Misery.
Oh, Misery being chopped up a bit. Nature does not want to swing it out with Timber.
Yeah, right now, if you are Cloud9, you need to try and defend this tier 1 on the mid lane as long as possible. You don't want to give it to Kunkka way too early. because it opens up the map and it just shrinks the map for anti-mage. It will be more difficult for him to farm when Kunkka can approach him from different angles. And
Absolutely.
it's all about the Kunkka, really.
All right, X Torrent. Oh, doesn't quite get the timing. Pie's going to be fine. But they're not going to be able to get a finish on that tier 1 with the catapult. Good damage, but like you were hoping to see, Cloud9 do rotate over some assistance, and they will fend off the pressure. Go for some D wards nearby. Quinn is trying to make a unique approach here. Now they're going at mid lane. Envy is alone. He's moving in. Gets the X. Man, the cast range is so good on that. Now he's got the ink swell. That blast actually forces Quinn in a way, and he's not going to be able to get close enough for the ink swell pop. MSS in the meantime does get a jump onto Snake King. Meanwhile, back at mid lane, snowballs out, it chases in. They're going to get the finish onto Quinn. Biver shows up now. Can he finish off Envy? Yes. And now Yawar sweeping in from the north through the river. Lands out the homing missile, commits the call down. The shards are there to block him out, and they will take Pi as well. MSS picks that one up. MSS going global with these kills, starting at the bottom, shifting to the mid lane, and now they will finish what they started on that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and this Timbersaw is scary. He has 2k gold saved up together with everything else, and he took the bottom tier 1. Now he rotates mid, takes this tier 1. I think it's important that they have this hero that's just meaty and too tanky to take down. And because of that, because of MSS and the way they set up their lanes, they'll be able to take down all the tier 1s and slowly take map control away from Cloud9. It's on Misery, though, to do what he's doing at the moment. It's on him to just constantly split push and bring Antimate somewhere else. Create space for him to farm somewhere else on the map.
Yeah, I was curious how he was going to itemize to enforce what strategy. And an early Blade Mail gives him a good damage boost, and if he does get caught up in a fight, it's a good item to have. And then the casual Blightstone certainly assists in breaking down these towers, and then the Maelstrom to soon follow will help spam out these waves even faster.
Yeah. The Blade Mail is pretty much an item that I see on every core at the moment. Whatever you're playing, you can buy a Blade Mail, any core, and you'll benefit from it, as it's been buffed quite heavily. It's like in the last patch it was Crystallis, in this patch it's Blade Mail.
Uh-oh. They spotted Envy. Envy tries to blink out, but the X pulls him right back in, and he gets punched right up. That's 2 takedowns on Envy now. That will stunt his growth. He has queued up a Blade Mail himself, interestingly. All right, everyone is getting Blade Mail. Gyro runs into action. Everyone pop your Blade Mails. See what happens.
Well, they're gonna die pretty much, but it's a good plan.
All right, but still good enforcement of power from Quincy, while they recognize they just have an economy advantage. SVG could be in trouble in this mid lane. Stomp? No, not quite there. It's MSS I should be watching. He is still taking names. Takes down Snake King yet again. This man bought a Kaya. He's feeling so good. And
that's a little bit different.
That's an arrogant pickup right there. Okay, I come back to SVG. Does get popped from Ace. And he gets a nice little
That should be Battle Fury as well. So 14 minutes 20. It's a solid Battle Fury timing for AM. Ace has been doing all right. Now the real farm starts for him.
It's definitely going to be a headache of a game for Quincy, even though they feel good now. They have momentum. They have good farm. Everybody's getting lots of kills. We're getting good ganks. You're still going to be dealing. I cannot keep up with the pacing of this game. My God, Envy killing off MSS and taking that 4x kill streak. I apologize, guys. This one's totally on me for the camera. But
that's pretty much because of the item build, right? Because of that Kaya. Bottom lane Ace.
Yeah.
He's fine. For now, at least, there is an invis.
Everybody's coming. And yeah, like you said, Quinn is invis. And good heads up from Ace to jump within the trees. Both of them able to make it out, it looks like. So, good bending of Cloud9 right there.
I just don't know how I feel about this Kaya on MSS. I'm trying to justify it this whole time, but your sole purpose in this game is to be as tanky and as annoying as possible. And this Kaya doesn't really allow you to do that. If he even if he went for Yules, it would be better, I think.
Yeah, I've seen like
Right.
snowbally timbers consider stuff like Blink early, but Akaya early. That seems that seems very different. Like I said, it almost feels like an arrogance kind of a thing. Like I have such a good game going, and I feel like my game will keep being this successful that I can just snowball off of an item like Kaya to really hit it home. But yeah, that does leave him a bit weak, and already Cloud9 were able to take him down, and with it was a bounty too. I think Envy scored. Yeah, look at that, 576 gold from
Yeah,
that
it's
MSS kill.
ridiculous.
That's
That's a
wild.
4 kill streak. Maybe if he went for a Hood or a Yules or anything similar, he would be able to survive that gank. But unfortunately, he went for Kaya. In that situation, at least it didn't work. Perhaps in the next fight, he's going to put it to real use, and it will be justified completely. We'll see.
I know it's still early on, but I have a hard time really pointing down like who is actually winning this game because it feels like both teams are getting a decent amount out of it. If anything, I think it's starting to tip back towards Cloud9's favor with the momentum of this Timbersaw potentially being put to a halt. That means that this AM just can continue to farm up on the side. You know, Nature's Prophet will be where the AM is not, and at that point you could just have Envy, Lion, and Elder Titan run around and cause a bit of a ruckus. I feel like if time keeps going on, this is going to be a Cloud9 win. But that's just my noob opinion right now.
No, it's pretty solid. Yeah, they have these two heroes that are able to split push constantly, and it's difficult for Quincy crew to actually answer that, right? You will have to perhaps build a Shadow Blade on Kunkka or a Blink Dagger, something like that to catch this Nature's Prophet or the Anti-Mage when they're thinking they're safely ratting. So
Wow.
you need something like that.
Yeah, Quinn is very tanky himself. He's not the Shadow Blade, but for now looking to complete out the Halberd first, which obviously gives a lot of respect to the AM and what he's going to be able to do, but also makes the Kunkka just super tanky. Gets that little bit of evasion. The next item pickup is what I'm going to be pretty curious about. And it looks like we'll get underway. A little bit of a TeamSpeak error or something on the side of Cloud9, but it does look like they were able to work it out, and we'll get back underway.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hmm. It's on Quincy's crew definitely to pressure them. It's on them to continuously take down towers, objectives, to try and get as much map control as possible before AM comes online.
Yeah, why is TeamSpeak still a thing? Isn't everybody using like Discord or something now? Quite a while that teams still
There's
fall back
a
on TeamSpeak.
surprising, yeah, there's a surprising amount of teams that still uses TeamSpeak. And
Wild.
there's reasons. I actually used it for a while, even after Discord came out with some of my teams. It's like, it's just a hassle. First and foremost, you have to prove it to them that this is better, that this is the future, you know?
They're so damn stubborn. They don't want to change their
That's
ways.
the first thing.
As long as it's not
You,
Skype, I think we're fine. So.
you'd be surprised by how many players are actually bad with PC in general,
Yeah,
with
I've heard that
computers,
too.
just, it's like, you know, can't boot their own PC or something like that. You're asking me to switch from TeamSpeak? What? Hell no.
All right, here we go. This is an option here from Quincy. They eyeball the Roche, and they figure if Cloud9 are going to be busy split pushing lanes and trying to build up farm on Anti-Mage and don't want to come to have a full team fight, then we'll just take the opportunity to sneak in here and get this done. And if Cloud9 want to come fight, we'll take it, and if they don't, we get an Aegis.
Bottom lane, Pylai Dice should fall here.
And even while they finish out the rest of this Roche, MSS and Quinn are here to the bottom lane to finish off Pi.
Will
Leaving-
Envy check it though, maybe.
Envy?
Nope.
Oh, wait, was that Roche?
Yeah. and
Envy
now
paying
he's dead as
attention?
well.
He's come
Bonus.
down! Oh my god,
Bonus.
Envy! Oh no! I don't even know if he realized what was going on. He just like
He
walked
was
by.
too busy. He was too busy flaming Elder Titan on the bottom lane for dying. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not, but yeah.
Wow. Well, that one fell into the lap of Quincy Crew, and they'll gladly take it and shift this push now through the mid lane. The ball's in their court with that Aegis, And now they can try to keep these lanes stabilized and start to really encroach on the Cloud9 half of the map. And as we always say, take away a lot of those farming options and leave Anti-Mage with just hopefully some breadcrumbs out there to work with. Not so much free space to farm up. Keep them in check.
Oh, you can see Quinn is actually going for that Shadow Blade as well next. It will come really in handy when it comes to catching AM2.
Ooh,
Top
Imp
lane.
Claw. Oh,
Yeah.
bottom, or yeah, top lane and bottom lane here. A jump on the pie in the bottom at the same moment. We catch the back into that. MSS eats the finger, but finds the chain out. And it looks like they're going to have to let that guy go. Or not. Ace is running in. Ace really wants it. I don't think an ult will kill him. Oh! Maybe with that Wrath of Nature it could have been
maybe
it,
with
but
Mana Void
he
as
creates so much space that he was able to make it out in time. And Quincy, they're trucking in bottom lane, now pressuring this tier 3. Oh, they're done. Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Use of
Yeah,
the
he
X.
just X marks the spots, yeah.
Gyro picks up his Mask of Madness.
Back to Paul.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they'll get back into it. They know that the Anti-Mage doesn't really want to fight. And what else is the big threat? You know, Nature's Prophet, who also isn't really getting involved in these sites. It's just Envy's Queen of Pain. So what kind of defense can they really mount here? They're going to push all the other lanes to get good tier 2s for sure, but it looks like they might just lose a Rax.
This looks like a side, yeah. They won't contest this even.
I mean, Misery's in the base
Misery,
now
yeah,
and
exactly,
pushing,
Misery. Just
but
split pushing.
Quincy could just head out at this point and not take too many losses in the base if they want.
It looks like they might go for mid even, because that's where MSS went to at least.
Oh, he jumps back though. Boat goes in, and Yawar's going to be able to get the snipe finish onto Pi. And you're right, they keep going. Now they're going mid lane. Misery's not able to keep pushing that top lane. Where's Anti-Mage?
They should.
Farming.
He's just creep skipping. Yeah, they shouldn't have any more creeps at least. Yawar mid.
Yep, he gets Snake King. Yawar still has that Aegis though, so he's fighting for his whole life. Envy going to commit the Sonic Wave to finish off that Aegis, but Envy then gets finished off. He's actually forced to buy back now. MSS very low, has to bail out. Misery's shown up. He's bringing in the right clicks. He's got the Deso, and he's got the Blade Mail damage. And he's trying to get them to peace out. Ace jumps in, big hit, double kill. He finishes up Yawar and claims the 6x kill streak and a huge amount of pocket change. The follow-up takedown to Quinn should be there and will be there.
He's going for more.
Yes,
Perhaps
he is.
the Tusk as well.
Fiverr. Oh, tries to juke him. Goes low, goes for the TP, and he is gone. MSS will also survive and tell the tale, but Cloud9 with a really strong hold. Quincy crew get a lot for themselves. Don't get me wrong; they claim that bottom set of racks, but
And they also force a lot of buybacks.
Yes, they do.
So Envy bought back, I believe. Let's see. Snake King bought back. I think there was at least another one. Yeah, Pylai die as well. So 3 buybacks forced. This early on, they're not that expensive, but for Envy that was already struggling, that was a pretty big blow. He has only 7k net worth at the moment, so this Queen of Pain is pretty much... They're literally for Protect 1. It's all on Anti-Mage and a little bit on Misery that has quite a lot of farm actually.
Yeah.
Maelstrom completed too.
now has that Maelstrom. Able to get a nice push through that top lane before the siege really began by Quincy. And that Maelstrom will help keep things pushed out that much faster. But you can feel pressure mounting a bit, or am I overstating it a bit? Is Quincy feeling the pressure? Do they need to keep this tempo going? Or is there any room for them to breathe?
Ace, mid. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, a big catch could be here if they can take down this AM. Need a lot more than that. Okay. But eventually he does manage to blink out.
That was very close.
Don't
Perhaps
quite
they
have
can
enough.
catch Envy instead. Yeah.
Envy's low on mana. Blinking out, going deep. It does keep Quincy occupied, and
He's
they're not crossing the
bot
river.
here.
Oh, whoa, 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 Envy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He has a TP, but this is going to be quite annoying.
All right.
Oh, he
he's
does
out.
find the TP spot.
It's
okay.
space.
Space. Yes, of course, the space. Quincy back at the top lane. Still trying to push through, get that tier 2. Get back inside the
He did.
base.
He could have TP'd away instantly, but he did make them TP one hero and chase him a little bit more. So overall, probably not done on purpose, but in the end it resulted in
It's
a lot
effective.
of space created
Oh,
by
yeah.
Ace. It's effective, yeah. He
Ooh.
finished off his basher now as well.
Wow. I don't know if Quinn knows or not, but he got a nice little torrent snipe onto Misery, preventing him from TPing out. Now that TP is going to be on cooldown. Obviously, he's Nature's Prophet. He's got another TP that he can inherently work with. But Quincy stack continues to move on forward through this top lane. This tier 2 is theirs.
Dire's top tower has
And at the same moment, Cloud9 have their own pressure coming out through this bottom lane. Ace secures a tower for himself. He's got the Basher done. He's got the Abyssal queued up.
Will they defend or will they try to rat? That's the question now. Ace will be caught by Kunkka.
Okay. Pull back. Torrent. Boat. Here comes SVG with the Inkswell. Nice. Real nice. And he has no buyback. Oh, look at Yawar, though. Is forced to BKB TP out. Oh, man, that Earth Splitter.
Yeah, it was just 1 millisecond away. Very unfortunate. They take down the AM and most likely will just go straight down mid now.
They don't have BKB on Yawar, but no AM being in the fight, and what they may think is forcing out AM's buyback sounds really good. So they are rushing back across the map. Credit to Cloud9 here, and like Misery is pushing back this top lane, pushing back any sort of options for lanes. Space being created here as Pi forces them to chase down the river on one side, snaking on the other. They throw their bodies in. MSS dances around with Misery, but Envy, real nice. Ulti right there, blasts right through him, gets the finish onto Tusk. MSS going to be forced to the other side. SVG on the chase. But meanwhile, mid lane, Yawar and Quinn, they're taking racks. So it's a long chase, but Envy needs to decide, does he want to keep going for SVG? No, we got Juke, son.
Oh, where is he going? Is he going to creep skip on the top lane?
I
I guess that's
so.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to outpush a bit more.
Oh, they don't quite finish off the racks, but go on, Cardi, get it. Oh, one more. One more will do it. Is he going to deny it? What's he going to do?
Look at
It changed targets.
Oh,
It
he
changed
won't
target.
deny it. Carty decided not to go for the Raxes.
Come on,
He
Cardi.
had mercy.
Damn. They'll be blessed with a few more waves of creeps from that one Rex.
Carty had mercy today. Abyssal soon to be completed by Ace. He won't have a buyback though if he does that, so
Ooh, here we
they
go.
smoke up instantly. Yeah.
Got that Elder Titan ult again.
Oh, Quinn.
BKB on Envy. Oh, that's a good target. Finger him right away. Go for Roche. 10 seconds. It will respawn.
Yeah, that's a really, really good timing for them. There is a buyback on Kunkka though.
But look at them.
There's
They're gonna scare them out. Maybe even try to finish them if possible. Envy forces the BKB out from Yawar and his own. But the Blade Mail, Yawar has to change targets. Ace committing in. Quinn now will go for the buyback. But God, they're doing a lot of damage. Not just onto Misery, but also onto Ace. And it's disaster for Cloud9. They can now go to the Roche pit and possibly force out an AM buyback if they want to contest.
Yeah, what even happened there? Why did Misery just TP into a gyro with a BKB? He literally TP'd into them. I guess with Blade Mail and Mjolnir, he thought that he's going to be able to stand in front, soak up a lot of damage, but dish out even more.
No, they did
That didn't happen. Yeah, that
so
didn't
much
happen.
damage. It was insane how much damage Yawar was able to output there. And that is going to be Roche. And now it's getting a bit troublesome for Cloud9. I think we're seeing the shift of net worth go back to the direction of Quincy. And there's only pretty much one set of racks remaining. Only 2 life on this mid racks, but they're going to be going in for the potential final hurrah. Still 20 seconds on Ace's anti-mage. Sim Misery, bottom lane, pushing. Might have to consider some potential rat options here. Oh, trouble. Big jump in from MSS. Nice link from SVG. Forces out the BKB from Envy. A rolling snowball may have gone too far for Biver, and it will be as Misery rotates back and right-clicks him down. That will be the call of retreat from Quincy.
They still have cheese on Kunkka, they still have Aegis on Gyro, so all they need to do is wait out the task to respawn, then regroup and go. I don't think ratting is that possible for C9 any longer. You would like to rat, you would like to go bottom and perhaps do it. That's what Ace is trying to do right now. But once all your tier 2s are down and you're in a situation such as this one, they can just go and swoop up those last Raxes. They don't care about one side because they will be getting megas.
Some new neutral items coming out. Paladin sword for Yawar. I mean, he already had a bit of life steal, but he'll take the extra damage. And here they are, a repair kit. A little bit of hope for Cloud9 trying to defend their remaining sacred top lane. Glyph committed. I see Misery pushing through that bottom lane, but they're at the risk of getting mega'd. And I imagine he might want to consider coming back for defense. I don't think this is the type of game where you can really race it. Ace does snipe SVG's courier as he is not looking to come back. Yeah, he's chasing couriers instead.
Oh no.
Chasing more couriers. But it's a base in trouble. Buyback from Lion. Jumping from Envy. Commits in with the Scream. Pi will be finished. Grimstroke ulti. Set in space yet again onto Envy and Pi. Good bow combo. Misery in a bit of trouble. Tries to reflect back as much as possible with that blade mill. Glimmer to bail him out. You are running back on the back end of the BKB, but here's Ace moving in. Hard shot, but can't quite finish MSS. Beautiful shard. Misery finally able to step in, but now he could find himself in trouble. It's Yawar dishing out the flat cannon. The rocket, finds its mark, but no follow-up.
They could chase them here, though. There's no mana, no HP, no spells.
Oh,
the side of
beautiful
Quincy
block. Envy, though. Chasing. Quinn. See you later, nerd. I got a haste rune. Heads out the other side. Yeah, definitely could have been a lot worse on the retreat there for Quincy. And what do they get for it? They take out the tier 3. It's just an exposed Rax now.
Yeah, they didn't really get too much out of that. I think they could have had a better fight considering Anti-Mage was pretty much just interested in couriers for the first 20 seconds of that team fight. He blinked 3 times chasing one courier, trying to kill it off while his tier 3 was falling. He needs this BKB, he's getting it next, and once he gets that BKB, if he gets it, I think they have a solid chance at taking the game. But before that BKB, it's just difficult for him to really go in a fight first.
A double smoke gank. They had to double layer that smoke. Really super secretive gank movement here. Very important from Cloud9. Quincy have a smoke themselves. They're on the adjacent side of the river. Microing on forward.
Did they double smoke though? That's the question.
I don't think so.
Double smoke.
Cloud9 creeping in from behind potentially. Tusk in a good spot to scout them out. Oh my god, on the high ground side though is Quincy. Pi spots him out with the Spirit. Cloud9 take to the other side of the river on high ground. Look at just how value the positioning is for both teams. Quincy don't like that approach.
It's Quincy crew that have the upper hand here, no matter what the positioning, no matter what positioning they take, because they can just go and storm the base, right?
Oh yeah, MSS, they use the X to send him back to clear out this bottom lane push. But Ace is going to commit hard with Misery and try to force Quincy back. And they did. They did force Biver back. They did force Quinn back. And Misery immediately TP's home. Well, a little credit to Cloud9 there. They get to prolong things a bit further.
They just need a lot, perhaps snaking with a dagger or some way of catching the rest of Quincy crew out when 1 or 2 of them TP back, right? If they manage to do that, they can catch them and have a favorable. on their side of the map.
Yeah, they are at least able to have their jungle back, and we'll keep farming it up. BKB also in order for Misery. Be very helpful on his Nature's Prophet. How close are we on BKB on AM? Still got a ways to go. And I imagine he doesn't want to blow all of his money on the BKB and may need to have the insurance of a buyback. Or not, I don't know. Maybe they'll go all in for it.
Dire are scanning.
I think you save for the buyback as well. He doesn't even have the gold for that at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Perhaps
a while.
should farm it out first. Yeah. Alright, Kunkka, Quinn. Looking for that Shadow Blade, hunting.
Envy's there. He's going for the X. Got it. Snaking's nearby. Pops the Blade Mail and the Glimmer. The uppercut. Pops the BKB. He really wants to live. But you are chasing him. Goes for the TP. Anyway, they cancel it. No, Biver. I mean, he already committed the uppercut anyways. But
It's still on cooldown. Yeah.
but Envy, good job. Sidesteps that. It cost him his BKB though. And look how fast Quincy just take to the top lane. BKB complete on Misery.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
He's waiting to get it though. Oh, finds an opportunity to go on
Go,
Yuar.
Yuar.
Yuar eating a lot of damage. Yuar out of position. Screams there, fears him back, but not the biggest damage. Huge torrent onto the two of them. Huge chakra follow-up. Oh my! They just chunked down both Envy and Misery. And they're both forced to buy back. Now the chase is on Misery, cutting him off at the pass. Pops the BKB, looks to go right for Yuar. He wants to bring him down, and they get it. With Ace committing the ulti, they pop the Gyro. Gyro going to be dead for 80 seconds without a buyback. Now the chase for Quinn. Quinn has no mana. It looks like he will fall too. They have accepted that this is a lost fight for them. MSS already pressuring out that mid lane. Oh, but TP for the bounty.
Can Misery get him?
Nope.
Not really.
Gets
It's
both
all
bounties.
about the right clicks, no control on him. Do they have any lanes? That's the question now. Do they have any lanes pushed in so that they can capitalize from this team fight? They don't really. They can just take a little bit of map control, perhaps outpush all the waves and wait for Rosh, which could respawn right now, but will respawn in a minute instead.
1 minute time. Yeah. Cloud9 just going to keep all these lanes pressured forward. Quinn does have a buyback. Actually, doesn't need it. I mean, we'll be back right as the Roche does come up.
There's almost a full butterfly completed on AM2. He doesn't really have enough gold for buyback, so he might just buy out. I think he will.
Oh, did he not go for the BKB?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's dangerous. Like playing like this, you're playing into a Kunkka. There's no way for you to deal with X marks the spot. But you are very tanky with this butterfly.
He does clean out that tier 2. And they continue to expand their territory in hopes of really holding down the Roche side. A good just basic obs ward right in front of the pit for Quincy. I mean, Pilot Eye does hold a sentry ward. I imagine will take it out. But as you can see, Quincy are already moving in that direction. Quinn's about to be up. There's that sentry. But Pi too nervous to move back and get it. And they go right
And
into
they
the
go
pit.
straight.
Okay.
Yeah, they go straight into the pit.
Quinn's got to run. He's pinging himself. He's like, I can't TP anywhere, guys. So, try not to get into a fight yet. Let me get there. Does he have smoke on him? No. Okay. Oh, that guy has a smoke, though. Biver's got the good old purple stuff. So, they pop it.
Radiant are scanning.
Same is on C9, and you can see that scan. Radiant is expecting them on the left side of the high ground, but
Cloud9 still haven't creeped across the river yet. They're just still hanging in front of the Roche pit. Gosh, frantic pings from both sides here. And they start off the pit.
we have for it.
Oh my
one more
gosh, look
second.
how fast
Twilight
it
dive.
dies. Pilot Die, Spirit walking in. Too late. Aegis already going to get grabbed. The cheese is still there, though. But Quinn will just grab it up, throw it in his backpack. Quinn also has an Agnems in his backpack still.
They did that really well because Cloud9, they have many ways of scouting
Oh.
Rush. You have Astral Spirit, right? You have the Treants as well, but they literally use that 4-second timing on the Astral Spirit to run in and just take Rush within
Oh, Misery.
such a small
Look at
time.
Misery. Going right for the tier 3. Glyph has to be forced out. But Misery doing the same thing we saw a lot in the last game here. He's going to keep pressuring Quincy and force them to,
Yeah,
to
he
step
also
off.
has a Blink Dagger, right? So he can afford to do that. He can get out very easily.
I don't know if you saw, but they gave MSS the Agnem's Blessing in this game. So having that double chakram certainly will help spam out these waves even easier, deal with the Treant problem, the summon problem, and give him that extra bit of firepower. While bottom lane, they potentially get to catch on to Ace here. He's forced to commit the Abyssal, but he is just overpowered. And without the BKB, he just is susceptible to being caught off with the X-Torrent. And now he's dead. 90 seconds. Without a buyback, he will not have a buyback because he's short about 500 gold.
In 30 seconds, bounty runes will spawn. So maybe if
Envy.
they manage to take all the
BKB
bounties.
TP not successful because Byver's there, and he does have the uppercut this time. And they're chasing out for him.
It looks like he will be fine, but his Raxes.
But yeah, the Raxes are exposed. There's no AM.
That was a good play.
Byver
by
found
Envy.
him.
He might die though. Yeah.
I think they're just going to go all in. Is this Megas? Is this game?
Yeah.
Is it over?
This
Just like
should be
that?
game.
Because they found the AM and killed him? Oh, boy.
Yep.
Well, let's see what Cloud9 can do for their final hurrah. Mostly on Misery for this one. He's pretty decked out, but he is but one man. BKB'd and blade mailed, running away with his BKB time, knowing that the damage is coming. A buyback from Pi. Buyback there for AM, but at this point, you don't want to have to use it.
Yeah, 10 more seconds.
I guess they have
Do you
one
call
more
GG or do you
defense.
buyback?
You have
Yeah.
one more small fight.
Nah, they don't have Fury
4,
on though.
3, 2. MV slows them down.
Let's go!
With the scream. This is it. Come on, Cloud9 boys. Put your arms in the air. Can they do it? Can they hold? They get SPG down. Ace goes in. Ace goes out. And that's probably a wrap, right? He's gone for 100 seconds. And it looks like Quincy Crew have done it. They secured game number 2 on the back of an MSS triple kill. And we'll be going to our second straight game number 3.
They tried. They tried, but it's very similar to that first game in a way in which playing with this anti-mage, and if you're literally playing this 4 protect 1, at one point the game pretty much revolves around him. And if he dies, if he makes one positional mistake like he did, it's over. He didn't go for that BKB, he went for butterfly, which I respect, but it's difficult. He got caught and he didn't have a buyback, game is over.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether they felt the decision was that they need to commit in for that kind of damage and that kind of item with the position they were already in on that game, but obviously you could see the consequences of not having that extra bit of protection. Very risky. I know Anti-Mage's playstyle is being able to have that side pressure and find what farm he can anywhere, but credit to Quincy. They go on the hunt, they find him, they take him out, and now they'll be rewarded with a game number 3 to take it back to Cloud9. And on that note, I'll just quickly shift things back over to the camera. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for continuing to tune into the Beyond the Summit Pro Series today. A long day, an exciting day, with more Dota to come. We'll cut to a break. When we come back, it is going to be time for more American action.